Hi, my name is Chris. I make pictures of animals, and I love to learn about wildlife and the people doing research about the lives of the animals around us. I recently got to visit with Shelby Duperier, who's studying owls with Borderlands Research Institute at the Nature Conservancy's Davis Mountains Preserve in West Texas. On an unusually gray day in an astonishingly rainy Chihuahuan desert summer, Shelby and I went out to the study site to see exactly how she's collecting data on these owls.
Right. Here we go. Oh, it's gonna be wet out here. It's been raining.
Never seen it this wet here.
So, this project started as a sort of passion project. Romy Swanson, he's the executive director at Devil's River Conservancy. He's really interested in the higher elevation owls. There are three in particular that we're really interested in. So we have the smallest of the three, the flammulated owl. It's about the size of the palm of my hand, so they're super tiny. They are named flammulated because they have these sort of flame-colored streaks on their plumage. It helps them blend in with like the ponderosa pines that they favor. They're mainly insectivores, highly migratory, and they're just a really, really neat owl. They have entirely dark eyes. They're a little ominous, a little creepy looking, but probably my favorite of the three. We also have the northern saw-whet owl, just a little bit bigger than the flammulated, but I'd say probably a bit more charismatic. They've got these bright yellow eyes, huge facial discs, and they're actually a little bit of more of a generalist. They do prefer like higher elevations, but you'll see them in sort of like mixed deciduous coniferous forests, not like the flammulated. The flammulated really prefer like ponderosa pines, moderate to steep slopes. So, and then the final owl that we're interested in looking at is the Mexican spotted owl, and those are big. They're like, I mean, from here to here, those guys are a lot bigger than the other two. So for this project, we do some in-person surveys, but it's not really the basis of my analysis. We're using primarily these autonomous recording units, and basically they're just these audio recording devices that we stick on a tree to listen to the owls for us, so we don't have to be out here all the time.
So Shelby and I hiked in to find one of the ARUs and check on its status.
We have like a 5-month window of when we're really trying to capture their calls, because they're calling for mates, they're establishing territories, so that's just when we know they're going to be the most active, and when the ARUs will pick up the owl's call. It says it's around here somewhere. Owls, we're really recording pre-sunrise, like 1 or 2 hours before sunrise, and then also about 3 hours after sunset. There we go. It's looking good. Didn't need to change our windscreen. Sometimes that happens. You need to bring extra windscreens, SD cards, extra ways to secure it. So with owls, it's super hard to actually hear them, and if you do hear them, to find them. That's why the ARUs are such like, it just changes everything, you know. We're really not disturbing them at all. We put them out and the owls just do their thing.
We headed back home to Alpine, and a few days later I met up with Shelby at the BRI Computer Lab. Hey Shelby.
Hey, how's it going?
She's analyzing the ARU recordings using BirdNet, the same machine learning software that's used in Merlin, the popular birding app.
Basically, you give it audio files of whatever you're looking at, primarily birds, but they can also do bats and frogs, and I mean anything really with a sound. But the cool thing about BirdNet is that they've been able to train it to recognize over 3,000 bird species worldwide. It's really cool how it operates. You would think that it's like listening to match the sounds to whatever bird species, but it's actually looking visually at the
At the
spectra,
wave,
exactly,
right.
the wave itself. And that's how it matches the species?
The first question of the project is answered with a yes. All 3 owl species are confirmed in the preserve. The next stage for Shelby's project is to explore what other possibilities this data might offer for learning about these reclusive owls. The desk work, with its computers and mathematical models, is as necessary as the field work, and it gives us the real knowledge and insight. But, of course, the romance is out here, visiting the places we share with these animals and doing our best to make sure we're leaving enough room for them.